Why? Welcome back. Yeah. Another one of the Impala. Picking up where we left off on detailing this thing up. Last video we went through, we buffed everything up, polished it, sanded the hood down, kind of made it a flat mirror finish, somewhat. I don't know, looks kind of good. But now we got to go through and detail it all off. We got to get the compounds and everything off and blow all the dust off and wash it up because it's our ride for Hot Rod Powertour 2023. And as you saw in the little part of the video here a minute ago, a second ago, I don't know when it was. Yeah, I might have burned through. Can you see it? Can you see it? Well, let me show you. Wheel opening moldings. Right there. All the way across to there. I burned through. You know what a burn through is? It's when I was buffing. And it burned through the top edge of that paint because it was so thin on there. These wheel opening moldings, you can see they got a little, looks like rust on them or whatever. So it's not like the paint's heavily on there, but we got to fix stuff like that. Got a chip right there that we need to fix. Some other little odds and ends. If we're going to get the touch-up paint out and detail this thing up, mazel. You see, we got a bunch of dust on the roof. Why didn't you polish it? Because I hate polishing roofs, okay? You don't ever see it anyway. It did it last year. Stop yelling at me. Anyways, so we'll go through, clean up all the compound gunk and everything as well, too. Yeah, we got a lot of work ahead. Little chip right there. I don't know. Stupid. Taillight paint's coming off now. Great. Mazel change that. Clean that up. All right. Well, let's get into it. Well, let's start off. Air gun. We'll just dust off the car. Get all the stuff flying through the air. You know. Take this tape off. Paper. See what we can do from there. Because it's already like 85 degrees outside. It's hot. I don't feel like backing the car out and washing it. Because in my garage, which surprisingly stays cool, as you can see from right there, we're only at like 68 degrees in here. Not bad. Not bad. Winter sucked, but I'll take it now. So I'm going to dust this off. We're going to do what we can in the garage. Probably pull this out a little bit later and wash it then. Go. Aggressive. Kind of yelling there. Man. Bad paint prepper. Where are the detailers? But I kind of tail it off the other way and then the paint, this would all came off at once. Nope. Oh, yeah, an idiot. Good enough. Call it done. End this video here. No. Now what do we gotta do? Do the easy stuff. Wash the windows. So why on earth would we go through and just wash the windows? You're gonna wash the car, it's gonna wash it. I know. I get it. This video is about detailing, so we're detailing. Purpose of washing the windows is when we're buffing it, we're gonna make sure all these rubbers that may or may not have gotten burnt and by burnt I mean burnt, we're going to clean them up. Window cleaner tends to clean them up. So as you're going through washing down the windows and getting, compound off of them, you can clean those up. I like to use spray away because it's cheap, smells good, plus it's ammonia free. You don't want to put ammonia stuff on like the interior when you're doing the inside of the windshield, because when that falls on your dashboard, that's what causes a little like and it breaks down your dashboard stuff, and you're trying to protect your dashboard from cracking. Detail. Anyway. For apparatuses for wiping, we just use the cheapest paper towel from the dollar store. May or may not put a scratch in your glass. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. I've seen stranger stuff. What do you mean? Wow. They used to have these car squeegees, and we used to, at the body shop, blade off the cars. They're a little blade here. I'll put a picture of one right here. And as I was blading the car off, my Impala, I only did the windows. I went across, on the driver's side like this. Put a nice big scratch right in my glass. How does that even happen? So I just use paper towel from here on out. Didn't mean to get upset with you because bringing up old times. But it's lesson learned. And I will suggest to not use paper towel on your paint, on these edges, anything like that. Get your terry cloth or your rag or whatever, soft one that's clean. Do it, clean up the edges of whatever with your terry cloth, your soft microfiber, fuzzy, feels nice in the face. Because these will put scratches right back in your paint because it's a little abrasive. A goose. So as you can see here, this strip has got a bunch of compound in it, and when we're washing the window, we can clean that off. And as I did the roof last year, you can see those burn marks. They are left right there. Yeah. I got a trick to kind of restore those. I think I tried last year and it didn't work, but we'll see if we can do something on that. But we're gonna finish wiping these down and then move on to our next step. So now we got the glass all wiped down. Our seals actually look pretty decent all the way around. A couple here and there that they wiped up when I cleaned it up. Now you want to take your soft microfiber and you want to focus on spots where you got compound jammed in there. Like, around these lips, headlights. Wipe those down. These little nooks and crannies along the hood, like right there. We got a lot of it. Open the doors up. Go all around. Inside the mirrors. Any body line. Just, get it out of there. We don't want it in there. So soft microfiber will take care of this and allow you to kind of work at it and not scratch the paint up. So we'll just get in there, work at it. Use the edge, kind of cram it in the body line. Just work it back and forth and you'll get her. Looks like we might have burned through up here a little bit too on the grill, but that's an easy fix. That one we just leave. For some reason I'm more worried about that body side molding. Anyways, so the fenders and whatnot, we got junk all in there. Gross. we'll have to wash that out, but right now, yeah, like this. Yeah, try to wipe out what you can out of that, but that'll mostly wash out with the pressure washer when we get to that point. But you want to get these edges because, you know, compound showing on there. The longer it stays on there, the longer it dries. And I've said it before, but that turns into pancake batter when it sits too long. And if you guys have ever had pancakes and you let the batter sit, like spills, drips, or whatever on countertop and let it dry, that's what compound does. Sooner you get it off, the better. Just saying. Okay, now that we've gone around the car and done that, I like to move on to the emblems. These scripts are painted, as you can see, and they like to collect junk in them, around them. So I'll go through and I'll spend probably a good 15-20 minutes just making sure I get every edge, soft terry cloth like this, getting her taken care of, making sure there's no compound outlines, because that frustrates me when you can see the compound outline. It's supposed to just be like stealthy, but yeah, that's kind of what I do with those. For the leaping deer, any of those smudges or whatever, it's the same thing. Just spend your time, get in there where you can, manipulate your rag to do its thing, and it's all about detail, right? Okay, now I'm going to move into taking care of that. A couple ways you can go about doing this. You can pull the whole housing of the light out, pop that ring off. It's got little metal tabs you can see right there. All around, just flatten them, and then this trim ring will pop off. Scuff it down and paint it. What is that? Great. Broken. Anyways, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use my good old nail polish trick, and we're going to touch up that little trim ring. Anything else around the car that needs, you know, black touch up, I'll give her a little touch up. But I'm gonna start here and move on to the next step, which will be touching up that burn mark. Look, can't even tell. Probably can, but whatever. Good enough for me. Purchased this off Amazon last year. If you don't know what the paint code is for dark cherry metallic, it's 9800, WA 9800. So this is a true paint correction thing. These little fiber things on the top let you scuff up your little marks so you can scratch them up. Then you have one side that's got clear coat, the other side's got base coat, as it's marked right there. Paint is on this side and clear coat's on this side. And you simply just, you know, pull it off, and you can either do dab with a pen style or take it off and get a brush. So I'm gonna look at this, see what I would like to do and which one works better. Probably just gonna freehand it because I think that'll be the cleanest, but let you know what I come up with. So the right thing to do would probably be take a piece of tape and put it across there. I'm not going to do that. I am going to try to just slowly paint it. And then see how it dries. Maybe I'll add a coat of clear backside. But for right now, I'm just going to freehand it. He's like dried up. All right, stand by. All right, back at it. I remember right, I think this spilled last year. That's my problem. I ain't got much clear base coat. I gotta buy another one. I ran out of clear, or I ran out of base coat. So I can't really touch that up right now. I gotta order another one. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, it is a little bit later. It's cooling off a little bit, not much. We're gonna pull the car out, pressure washer all hooked up, and we're gonna pressure wash all the compound and all the junk off in it. Wow, I haven't even done anything. I just pull it outside. Sit in the sun. Not bad. Not bad at all. Whole car really. So I'm gonna get the pressure washer right there set up. Get a time lapse going. Start going on the outside of the car and pressure wash all the gunk and grime and whatnot off, and then move underneath the hood and wash this beast up. Back in the garage, still wet. Here's our chamois cloth. You guys saw me clean it off. Got all the dirt and junk off of it. Bring it out. Go through, dry off the car, get all the water spots off. One tip, push your mirrors in, you're gonna drain the water out. Don't trust me? Yeah. Then you don't get those spots that run down the door. So I'm gonna dry this off now and be back when it's dry. Man. I'm happy. Minus I think I just scratched the paint again. Great. Well, at this point, I'm gonna let the car fully dry. And we're gonna come back. We're gonna put a good coat of wax on it. And we'll final detail it up with rims and all that fun stuff. Be back in a bit. All right. Well, car is all dried, I guess. Just got back from the evening activities we had planned there. And now we're gonna go through and wax it. For wax, I'm almost out of it. I love the Meguiar's, any carnauba wax. But yeah, I'm almost out of this one. Works really well. I've used it for like 20 years on everything. Smells good. Just leaves a nice shine. I do have a couple other spray-on carnival waxes. If we run out of this, we'll just change over to that. But the biggest thing to keep in mind is now we have polished, we washed it, so we kind of took our first coat of protection off of the paint. And yeah, it looks good right now, but it'll over time get some scratches and swirl marks and whatever else showing up on it. So you got to put another layer over it to kind of keep this shine glossiness to protect it, UV protectant and whatnot. So I'm going to go through, apply this on the car, and move on to our next detail step. Sure. Okay, if you've never waxed a car, the phrase wax on, wax off, it applies. Get an applicator pad, make sure it's clean. The wires, they have foam, they have cloth, they got whatever. Put yourself a little bit of the wax. You can put it on the surface or... Come on, there we go. Or on the paint, whatever, doesn't matter. Just like buffing, work little spots. I like to go little areas at a time. I don't know, 2 foot by 2 foot, 2 foot by 3 foot, little sections. Just kind of smear it in, make sure it's good. You got a nice little haze going on and like that. Get yourself a clean, soft cloth, whatever kind you prefer. I want to let it dry for a few minutes and then just kind of polish the paint off like so. And that right there is a good, clean, final section. May not show up on camera, but my goodness, I could eat off of that thing. I mean, it's a car, but you get what I'm saying. It's nice and soft. It's going to be nice and protected. Scratch resistant. The biggest thing is when you put a coat of wax on, like I was mentioning, anything that hits the paint now, it's going to scratch the wax surface and not scratch the clear coat. It's essentially what you're doing, trying to keep the shine on her. So I'm going to go through and wax her up. We'll see what else we got to detail. All spick and span shined up. Rimmer doodads. Those are all cleaned up. I did buff those. Waxed them. There's the hood. All shiny. Roof. This side. Golly. So, now you can really see the blemishes, you know. Spider webbing. More spider webbing. More spider webbing. Whatever. She's got 220,000 miles on it. 218. It'll have over 220,000 miles on it in the next couple weeks. So whatever. Now, I have a thing I need to put on freaking some stuff here, so just bear with me here a second. Well, typically I don't like marking the car up with stickers, but you know, I gave in last year with Powertour. I did put it over there. The other ones are longer and whatever. Then I went and put this iBox sticker on here because I put the springs on. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Looks good. So I'm going to stand out in the crowd a little bit. Not much. I'm going to put my handle on the quarter glass. Now these ones are wrong. I wanted the lowercase like on my other stickers I have on my other vehicles. But we'll fix that. But we're going to put the handle there on the quarter glass. So I'm usually not good at putting stickers on. Usually put them on crooked. Probably because I don't tape them off and mark them off and do all that, you know, stuff you're supposed to do with a sticker to keep them from... Come on. This is what I mean. I struggle. Now you can't be on that. You gotta go to this top thing. like that. So do you. Stop it. There you go. Oh, now the YouTube logo is going to stick? Great. Okay. We got her off. Anyways, I just kind of eyeball it. There's a nice line where the tint is and the bottom and there, maybe when it's centered. I don't know. I'm just eyeballing it. Maybe I'll just line that up there. No, because I don't know if that's straight cut or not. Well, let's just... We'll put the S right. Well, how come this is more harder than I figured it was going to be? You landed. I guess. Sure. At this point, you can always peel it back and redo it, but I don't know. If I don't like it, I got razor blades. I'll take it off. Careful. Quicker, carefuler, slower, fat. No, just slow. Slow and steady. Yep, sure. Good. Boom. See, I got it on there. Let me show you. Just like that, she's on. See, I was wanting to line it up with, there's, you can see that line and it goes over here. So that's what I did. I thought about putting the YouTube logo over that and covering it up, but good enough. Now we got to fix the little eyes on it so we can stand out in a crowd. Now I did get 4 of them. I got them off Amazon, I think. That's the company. They're relatively inexpensive for what they are, so I'm not too worried. All different colors. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit off of those 2 9s. And then we're going to go stab them on the car. Alright, so all I did is I cut the, I don't know, that little bottom. I'll show you that in here a second. Flick of the wrist, and there she goes. And let's see if I can do this. Looking through the camera. I don't know, something like that. Does that look good enough? Sure. Well, it's landed there now. Why'd you say no there, guy sitting up front? Okay, there it is. It's conductor side. Nope, it's the engineer side. Conductor side over here. I already did it. And all I did, like I said, I just whoop whoop the bottom of the 9.9, both of these. So at least I still got stickers and I can still put them wherever, but we're good. Last thing we're gonna do is, you know, tire shine. I used to just spray, you know, erratically over there, and what would happen is it would go on the paint and it would get all over the place, and you know, it wasn't very, you know, good. So I'm gonna take one of these dirty rags and just soak it with this stuff, and we're just gonna put it around the tire. Hopefully that works. Good morning. It's the next day. Where did we leave off? Tires? Yeah, tires. Those are all done. Oh, what do we gotta do now? We gotta detail the underside of the engine compartment. For this, I usually, you know, wipe stuff down, get stuff as good as I can. These inner fender wells, they get caked up with crud, oil, grease, grime. So I like to just take old shirt, rag, whatever, go wipe it all down. So we'll wipe it down. get her all cleaned up. Those got some spots on them now, so I'll probably have to metal polish them up again. I did the hockey puck last night because I was bored and it looked bad. But yeah, I just go through and wipe down everything, wipe down the core support, just start in one spot. You know, bring it back to life. Get all the crap off of it that always accumulates. Usually, I used to take tire shine and tire shine everything under here. Then it was just like amazing. But what I found is it started gumming up stuff a lot. So I kind of shied away from doing that here. And a lot of this residual that I keep wiping down is from that. So I'm going to go through, clean this up. If I find anything that needs to be cleaned up, I'll clean it up. I tried pressure washing off some more of the grease that accumulates on the normal locations. But yeah, just go around, firewall, wipe everything down, and clean. That's what you're doing, cleaning it up. I'm going to do that. I could probably spend another couple hours just wiping stuff down under here. I like to make sure the hoses are all wiped down too. I did notice that that's kind of on top of that. We might have to make a bracket or something to hold it up. I don't know, give it some more support. We'll see. Yeah, she's all shiny. Good to go here. So let me see if I can figure out something for that before we close the hood up. Well, after a minute, I just was a rubber on rubber and there was no marks on it, but I just threw that on there because this side's got that factory one that was on there. So I did that. Had some other little brackets I was gonna do a clamp and then pull it back and then zip tie it there. I don't know. I just whatever. So the next and final step's gonna be interior. Depending on how clean or dirty your interior is, do what you like. I'm just gonna, it's Powertour. You get dirty. You have food in and out. You get dirt in and out. It gets dirty. So I'm not gonna be too overly cautious on it. Probably just gonna run a quick vacuum in it. Leather condition the seats. But I did want to show you that the door jambs, I am gonna wipe those down really well, especially these bottom sills, because they get caked with dirt and stuff. And yeah, probably all I'm gonna do, but you can take it as far as you want. And with that, and I got cleaned up, car's done. A couple little odds and ends I'm gonna do here before we get ready for Powertour, but I think she's ready to go. You know, take her for a test rip and let you guys know if I have any issues. But if not, thanks everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, share. See you next time.